Hey everyone, welcome back, and in this video we'll be talking about switch statements. Now if you are from a programming background, basically like you have worked with C or C++, you definitely know what are switch statements, and these switch statements are exactly same in Java. So just in case you know what are switch statements and you have worked with them before, feel free to skip this video because there is no difference in switch cases like those we have in C and C++ and that we have in Java. It's exactly same. So just in case you want to skip the video, you can. Now for the people who are new to programming, let's see what are switch statements. So basically, like there are situations when you want to make a menu driven program. Let's take a real life example because I love examples. Like whenever you call a customer care of a MNC or any company, right? So you are given some option like, hey, if you want to talk in English, press 1. If you talk in this language, press 2. If you want to like maybe talk in Hindi, press 3, right? And maybe like if I like call some Airtel company, so like they say like if you want to talk about the broadband, press 1, and if you want to talk about the SIM, then press 2. So basically these kind of programs where you have some cases, right? You have some menu driven architecture. So switch cases are like becomes handy in these situations. Okay, let's just jump into the code, and I'm sure that you will be able to understand switch statements very easily just by reading the code. So what I can do, let's make a simple program that I just taken an example, right? So let's say you call someone and you are given like options like 1 2 3. So what you can do in switch statement, let's say I have a variable option, right? And this is an option that user can enter. Like in this example I'll be hard coding the value, but you can always use the scanner class and take the input from the user. So what I want, basically what I can say for this switch, basically, so I say switch. Okay, now on what value I want to switch? I want to switch on this option, correct? Basically what I want to have a switch. Basically I want to create a menu on this particular variable. Now there are several cases, right? If a user press once, then like do this. If user presses 2, do this. So like there are multiple cases. So basically similarly in Java what we do, or like in switch cases what we do, we create multiple cases. So let's say I say case. Basically case is a keyword. If I say case 1, okay, so whatever code I write here will be executed if the value of option is 1. Okay, let's say I do an s out. Okay, I can do an s out that you selected English language. Okay, English language. Similarly, what I can do, I can have one more case. Okay, so I can say case 2, basically the second case, right? So what I can say like, let's say s out, you selected, okay, you selected Hindi language. Okay, just for an example, and just let's see carefully. I am making a deliberate mistake here, and we'll be discussing what is that mistake. Okay, let's say I make one more case, 3. Okay, and then what I do, I basically say s out that you selected, okay, you selected French language. Now see what will happen. Let's correct this typo. So see what will happen, basically how switch works. Basically you have an option which is equals to 1, right? No doubt in this. So what will happen, this switch statement will run and you are switching on the option. So whatever case matches, basically that particular statement or that particular block will run. Okay, let's say I choose option 3. So according to you, what will be the option? Obviously the option should be like you selected French language. So if I run this program, okay, so as you can see, what am I getting as the output? So I'm getting you selected French language. Now see one thing very carefully here. Let's talk about that one mistake that I made. What if I choose 1? So according to you, what should be the output? Like most of you will say that if you are new to programming, you'll say that the output will be that you selected English language, which is correct. But see carefully what happens if I run this code, okay? So as soon as I run this code, what is this? Like why am I getting English? Why am I getting Hindi and French? So what happens in switch? Basically, like for example, this case matched, right? So this particular statement got executed, which is okay. And without even checking like this case and this case, the compiler ran those statements as well. So basically what happened here is like you selected the option 1. Okay, so compiler said, okay, you are choosing option 1, so I should run the statement. Now what compiler did is basically it even ran this statement and this statement. But when you choose option 3, it basically ran this statement, but there was no statement below it, only this statement got printed on the terminal. What if I choose 2? So basically what will happen here is that this particular statement will be ignored because this condition is getting false, right? This is not the case 1. So this condition case 2 will run, and without stopping here, case 3 will also get executed. Like if I run this code, see what will happen. I'm getting Hindi and French. So technically this is wrong, right? This should not be the case. So how to prevent compiler, like how to stop this execution? So the compiler is, like whenever a case matches, like compiler is running all the cases below it. So in order to stop this execution, what we do is we use a break keyword. Okay, so I say break basically. So let's say I have one more s out statement here that hey there, let's say. So now what compiler will do if I have a option 1, okay? So basically it will go here, it will run this, and then break. Basically it will come out of this parenthesis and it will jump right here. So I'd say like rest of the code is here, correct? So now what will happen, basically case 1, okay, execute this, break, like come out of this parenthesis and then execute this. Similarly, I need to break this statement as well. Okay, so this statement needs to be breaked. Okay, so if case 2 matches, only and only run this statement and don't execute the third one. Similarly, for third, I need not to like give a break because there is no statement beneath it, but it's okay. Like for the housekeeping purposes, we can give a break statement. Now see what happens. Like we have option 1, right? So if I run this code right now, so what I'm getting, basically I'm getting that you selected an English language, which is okay. Then I get hey there, which is okay. Then this particular statement, this particular break ran and I was thrown out of this switch case and this statement run, right? So let's remove this extra statements. Okay, let's remove this. And now if I click on play, I'm only and only getting English. Okay, what if I remove this break? Let's remove this break. Okay, so in this situation, what will happen? Option 1, okay, this case will match, this will run, this case will, like this is below it and there is no break statement, this will run, but it won't go further to 3 because there is a break statement. So in this situation, I'll be getting English and Hindi language. So that is how you can use switch, and that is how you use the break basically to stop the execution, further cases. Now there is one more thing basically that is known as a default case. Okay, now what is this default case? A default case always runs when no case is matched. Okay, so let's say default, okay, and s out, and I can say that invalid option selected. Basically you are selecting an invalid option because you have 3 options, 1 2 3, and you are selecting, let's say 4, so there's no option 4, right? So it will jump into the default condition. Let's try to run this code. Okay, so if I choose option 4, let's see what will happen. So basically, as you can see, I'm getting invalid option. So basically the default case runs by default. Like basically when the no case is matched, so default case runs. So this was a basic video on like what is switch. So let's take one more example to understand switch more effectively. So what I can do, basically I want to create a program. So first of all, I want to import java.util.scanner. Okay, because this time I'll be getting the input from the user. So let's say I say that let's say first of all we have to make the scanner object, right? So I'll say scanner equals to new scanner, and I'll say system.in, right? Now what I can do basically, let's remove this code. Okay, I hope this is clear. So let's say I have an integer x and an integer y, right? And what I'll be doing, I'll be saying user that hey, give me first number. Okay, basically give me a number, and let's remove this ln. Basically ln appends a enter at the end, and if I don't give the ln, I'll be in the same line. Okay, so never mind, let's remove this int. So I have 2 integers x and y, so I can say x equals to scanner dot next int, okay, to scan the value of x. And similarly I can say s out and remove this ln, and I can say give me another number. Okay, and what I can do, I can say y equals to scanner dot next int. Okay, now see what I'll be doing. I'll be creating a character, okay, a character ch, and I'll be inputting this character. Okay, I'll be asking user that hey, give me the value of the ch. Now I'll say ch equals to, So in order to get the input of the ch, basically a character, so I can say scanner dot next dot char at 0. Okay, so like this is a way to get a input from the like in the character format. So basically what I'm doing, whatever user types in, take the first letter. Like if I say PIYUSH, basically take the P, because character can only have one letter, right? So this is what the statement is doing. So now I have a character, I have a X and a Y. Now see what I will do. I'll say switch, okay, CH. Now what all the cases I can have? I can have a case where user can give me a plus symbol, okay. So in plus symbol, what I'll say, let's make one more variable, okay. See carefully, this example is really great. Result. I'll say that result equals to X plus Y. Basically I want to add these numbers and I'll say break, which is okay. Then let's add another case, which is subtract, right? So I'll say result equals to X minus Y. Similarly, I can have one more case, let's say asterisk, okay, not here, basically here, and I can say result equals to X into Y, okay. And out of this, and let's we forgot to put a break here and here as well, okay. And then out of this switch casement, I can say S out, that the value of result is result, okay. So see what will happen. I'm getting some error here, right? Yeah. Okay, so we didn't initialize the value. So like initial value is 0, okay. So that was the error. So initial value, let's say 0, okay. So now that error has gone, okay. So basically what we are doing is we'll be asking the user, like, give me one number which is X, give me another number which is Y, then give me a character, basically plus, minus or multiply. If you give me plus, I'll reassign the value of result to X plus Y. Basically I want to add those numbers. If you give me a like subtract icon, symbol, sorry, so I'll be subtracting those numbers, and if you give me an asterisk, I'll be multiplying those numbers. And finally what I'll be doing, I'll be like printing that result. So let's say I click on run. So what it asked me, like, give me the first number, which is great. So I say 10. Now it says give me another number. I say 5. Now it is asking me for a symbol. Let's say I give a plus symbol. So what am I getting? I'm getting 10 plus 5, which is 15. Okay, let's run this program again. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit. So I say first number 10 again, and another number 5, and this time do one thing, subtract it for me. So I'm getting 5, okay. And similarly, let's do one more thing. Let's say I say basically 10, okay, and then I say 5, and then let's say multiply, okay. So if I multiply, basically I'm getting 50. So that's how you can use switch, okay, and basically have some cases and handle those cases there. So switch is useful for menu driven programs where you have multiple cases. So I hope that switch is clear to you, and we have taken a really awesome example again thanks to me. So let's meet you in the next video. Until then, bye bye, take care.